Alright everybody, welcome back. Sorry for the delay, but thanks to this nice little pandemic, my parts were a little delayed in getting here. So today, what I'm going to be going through, for the first time myself, I've never done this before, I'm going to take the top off. I noticed when I first moved it over here to my new place, I hosed it off, and after just garden hose pressure, I noticed there was some water leaking into the cab. So I got all the seals for the top to the cab to get those redone, and I'm just going to be walking you guys through what to take off, how to do it. Now, I've been told that this thing isn't light, but it's not necessarily heavy. So I'm going to try to do this myself and maybe prove to you guys that it can be done. But either way, thank you for stopping in. If you guys like what you see here, feel free to like this video and subscribe so you can keep up to date with this restoration of Roxanne. So without further ado, let's get to it. Also, as you guys may have noticed, the tailgate is gone. Well, I would have shown you guys video of that, but I didn't take any when I did it. But yeah, tailgate's out. It's actually relaxing over here. I got everything out of it, which is all of this, minus the valve train. But yeah, these are all the tailgate internals. And in that big parts order, where I got all the seals for the top, I got this guy. I got myself a brand new tailgate, and I'm really excited about it because this is the cleanest tailgate I have ever seen. And I guess being that it's brand new, that's kind of a good thing. But the only thing that I don't like about it is that most of the holes aren't pre-drilled. So all of these guys that are here for the access panel, those are already drilled, which is good. I just need to get my hands on a new access panel. But the holes that aren't drilled are the ones that are most concerning, because they're going to be difficult to do. So you'll notice that over here, where the spare tire carrier would latch in, there's no holes. So I got to figure out drilling those out. Hopefully it won't be too difficult, but we'll save that for another day. All right. So here we are in the cab, and this guy needs to come off. So this is a 93, so it would fit in the range of 92 to 96. I'm not quite certain what the cutoff is for when they started putting these on with the safety torques, or the security torques with the star point with the pin in the middle, but all of those are what's under these trim panels that are gray, and we'll worry about those in a second. But first thing we got to do is get these seat belts off of the topper, and that's pretty simple. If you still have your stock seat belts, it'll be this little rubber cover here, and it's a T50 Torx, and I've got that on my 18-inch breaker bar here. So I'm going to just pop her on there, and there you go. Those came out really easy. I'm really happy about that. I've had really terrible luck with this truck in the recent history, being things being rusted and breaking. So I'm really happy this is coming out easy. And yeah. Alright. Well, that's interesting. Alright, so there's a little bushing on here that actually keeps it in place, which is good. So seatbelt's still connected to the ratcheting mechanism, so I'm just going to tuck it right here in that cargo bit. And for this next one, I'm going to do something a little ill-advised. I have my Ryobi cordless impact here. I'm just gonna throw that Torx bit on there. Town. Boom. That was a lot quicker. All right, so that's that done. I'm gonna move the camera, get a better view of what I'm doing here, but we're gonna take off these trim panels next. All right, so anybody who's ever taken a trim panel off knows the bane of these guys here. So I believe these trim panels are held in almost exclusively with these. So yeah, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, should be 5, 6 of them for this side panel, and then there's screws, little Phillips head screws holding in this part. So I'm gonna get all these out, take this panel off, and again, I'm just gonna store these, bam, right there. So for say, now you can buy these; they're relatively inexpensive, so don't be discouraged if you break them. Sometimes you have to break them; they just don't want to come off. But one of my old go-to methods is to get a small box end wrench and just boop, pop them up. I get them kind of up far enough to get under there. And this one's kind of broken, but like I said, you can buy these. They're relatively cheap. So, but some of them will just come right out. They're usually pretty stubborn. Anyone who's ever taken off a interior panel will tell you that these things suck, and they do. But they look really clean when everything's all together. They do also make special tools for pulling these that are like some kind of plastic fork, essentially, some kind of wedge. But this method works. So we get all those out, and boom, ta-da! This just slides right out. All right, and we're gonna repeat process on the other side, and we're also gonna get this top one off, and there's one back here in the corner that we're gonna get off as well. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll be back with you. All right, so real quick, this is the corner, little corner molding. This one goes here, but I just wanted to show you guys really quickly that these are how it comes off. It's just a little little hook. It comes in here and slides onto one of those. So pretty easy to take off. Mine just kind of slid out, and you can see this one is coming out, so I'm probably going to replace it when I put everything back together. But also, there's all of our wiring for our third brake light and whatnot, so that's an important one to take off before you go try and take the top off. All right, well, I got all the trim off, so this is what we're left with. Now, if yours is fully intact, there are 5 screws across the top here for these panels that hide this little seam. Well, mine was an interior swap. Somebody did an Eddie Bauer interior swap on this thing some time ago, but as you can see, we've got everything off and there's no wiring hiding back there. So it's time to tackle these guys, these little safety Torx. If everything will focus, it'd be really cool. There we go. So yeah, these little safety Torx, or security Torx, or whatever you want to call them. All right, so we got all that trim off. Now it's time to handle those security Torx bits. Now, I watched on the Fox shop, which I'll put a link down into down in the description to his channel. He also did I believe it was a 92 Bronco, or it might have been a 93, can't remember, but he took his top off. And one thing that I recall from his videos is that the location of these bolts, these pieces of hardware, isn't quite ideal for, say, a breaker bar. I seem to remember him having some difficulty with it. But long story short, this is what I got. These are Husky brand tamper-proof Torx bits. You can see they have the holes there in the middle, and that's how they put these on after seatbelt laws changed or something like that. I can't recall exactly the reason why, but I think I'm going to start with, let's go with a 40. Son of a dingus. Anyways, let's see. Yep, looks like T40. So those are T40, which is this guy right here. I don't know if it'll focus in on that. Probably not. Oh well. But these are T40 all the way around, and we've got quite a few of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of these little bolts. So how am I going to handle this? With this guy. Like I said before, this is my Ryobi cordless impact. And I've got a knuckle joint that I'm going to put on here to just kind of get into that tight spot. We're going to see what kind of damage we can do. Nice. Get them backed off with this. And go. Right. That one might have broke. No, good. Alright, I thought that one broke, but turns out they're just really long. Be careful, kids. Impact wrenches have a lot of torque. Alright, so now that we have everything backed off, some of them did, in fact, come out. I want to point out that some of these have this little bracket on them, and that's for those interior panel clips to actually clip into. I didn't know that until I started taking these things off, that those were just a bracket and they weren't molded into the top itself. So just be aware of those. It's kind of easy to remember where they go. There's like these little ridges right next to them, but all of the ones on the bottom, except for the very far back one, are going to have them. So just hold on to those. But since I got these most of the way backed off, all I'm going to do is drop them down here, and I'm going to finish a couple of them off with this wrench here. If I can. Anyways, all I'm going to do is take the bolts out, and then once I get the top off, I'm just going to put them back where they go because that's the easiest way to remember where they go, and I don't have to bag and tag them. So I'm going to get that done, and hopefully we'll get the top off. Well, all right, with a little help from some friends, we got the top off. Pretty easy. It is pretty heavy. I had 3 other people helping me, but yeah, top came off, and now I can get to all the seals. And we'll go from there. But one thing that was a little concerning, if we step on up here, I know it's full of crap, is that this bolt was wet, and I don't know where from. It's the only thing I'm concerned about. But long story short, got the top off, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. Replace some seals. I'm gonna get in on the top and get this seal replaced. I bought this one. I guess I need to look into getting the other ones that are on the back side of it. But this thing is pretty heavy. It's I mean, it's lighter than I thought it was going to be, but it's definitely heavy. You will need some help. And that's about it. That's all I got for you guys today. Got the top off. We can start making some more progress, and hopefully soon, after I get some more parts in for the tailgate, we can get that back on. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. But once again, just thank you guys for coming by. If you like what you see, you want to see more, hit that subscribe button down there, and make sure you hit the bell to get some notifications. And I'll see you next time.